Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another video today. Today we will be getting a channeled message for the collective. This is a general read. Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guides, I ask you please guide me, protect me, assist me, providing clear and precise messages for the collective. Do not benefit of mine. I thank you for this. Someone could be feeling betrayed in a couple, or a couple could be feeling betrayed, or something about a Gemini betrayal, escalation of betrayal. 10 of Wands, someone is feeling burdened. Thank you. The Fool, someone's new beginning. Someone's new beginning. I don't know what that accent that was coming out right there was. Someone's new beginning is burdening someone else. 5 of Cups, someone is sad and put upon. Someone is sad and burdened. Someone is in a state of depression. They feel they can't shoulder the burden. They feel they're going to buckle under the pressure or the strain. Thank you so much. What about this sadness? What about this burden? What does the collective need to know about this? Who is sad? Who is sad? What does the collective need to know about this sadness? Judgment? Someone's under judgment. You called down judgment on someone. Someone is finding themselves under judgment. You found this person to be of low character, so you pass judgment on situation, or this individual is finding themselves under judgment at this point. The energy of judgment is pretty heavy. It's prevalent among the latest readings as well. 10 of Wands, 5 of Cups, judgment. Girl, you can't be on the table. Can you get back? Thank you. The Lovers again. Someone is feeling sad, under judgment. They're feeling that they can't shoulder the burden, or they're feeling very burdened. They're feeling that they're going to buckle under the weight of something. The Empress, you could be this Empress, or this could be about an Empress, or an Empress could be involved. Someone's mother, the head of some company or family or group. A matriarch, you could be this Empress. The Empress energies show up a lot for collectives energies also. King of Pentacles, stable, grounded, boss man. Two of Swords, decisions to be made. Someone doesn't want to see the truth. Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. So there's a Queen of Cups out here. There's a child in the environment. There's a mother and child in the environment, and they are separate from some situation where others are finding themselves sad. Or it could be a Queen of Cups who is sad over a situation involving a child. Maybe a child has declared their independence from a Queen of Cups. The Empress could be someone's mother. This Queen of Cups could represent someone's mother, perhaps. 9 of Pentacles, this is independence. Page of Pentacles, this is a dependent. This is a child here in the environment. So it's a very differing energy. This child in the environment, this previous dependent or something, could have stepped into their independent era or their independent role in life. They could have grown up and become independent, and this Queen of Cups could feel some kind of way about it. That feeling could be that they are sad, that they are depressed about it, that they feel put upon, that they're going to buckle under the strain of someone finding their independence from this individual. So this individual could be like a smothering type of individual, someone who could be emotionally abusive. This individual could hold people ransom with emotions or feelings. This individual could do things like play victim. This individual could manipulate people with their own emotions, like cause emotional scenes, act out emotionally, be emotionally volatile. This individual could have a very up and down type of emotion, or this individual could be very depressed state type of emotion. But either way, it can be volatile. And so someone who previously might have been feeling dependent on this person, or someone who might have previously been in a situation where they found themselves dependent on this person, such as this person's child. Growing up in an environment with a mother figure who is stifling, or a mother figure who wants to choke the life out of the child trying to grow up, or the mother figure who wants to smother the child or live vicariously through the child, or treat the child like they're a dependent and childlike far after they're no longer a child. That can be the energy here, okay? Or there could be a mother and child who have gained their independence from a situation. Like I said, the first energy out was a mother and a child here in the environment that are independent from some situation where someone else is finding themselves sad, burdened, put upon, and buckling under the strain. The Queen of Cups in the upright, this is someone who is emotionally stable. They're a happy individual. They're a loving individual. This is the traditional good mother, or the pre-empress energies. Someone who is pregnant or someone who is with child, especially Page of Pentacles here in the environment. Again, supporting the idea that this is a mother with child. Either someone who's pregnant and has pulled away, or has become independent, or has manifested independence for themselves, because the Nine of Pentacles in the upright, this is someone who has reached their independently pinnacle of life position. This is as good as you can get by yourself, as represented by the cards here in the environment. This is you working in your vineyard. This is you doing a lot of work, but it's you, and you're alone, and there's a lot of work. And you also have a lot of things to show for the work. You have a lot of fruits to show for the work. There's a lot of grapes in the vineyard. The fruits could be a metaphor for the child that, you know, this individual or this person or you had or have in tow. This could speak to past energies. You could have escaped a situation where you were pregnant, or you had child or children in tow. People are feeling sad about the situation that they were trying to entrap you in or keep you in, because now they're feeling sad. So you loving yourself, you having independence, you having a child here in the environment, that somehow makes someone else sad and feel put upon. What does that say about their situation? What is the reality of your situation and their thought about it, or their reaction to it, or for some reason the way that it affects their life? Your life affecting their life, even though you have nothing to do with them. The Nine of Pentacles indicates you are separate and independent from situations, past, present, future energy. So again, this, the judgment, the sadness, the woe, the depression, the put upon, the pressure, it all represents external. It all represents something someone else is going through, how they feel about it. So you living your life, or this figure, Queen of Cups, feminine water sign, living their life happy with child, or happy with the ability to care for said child or children here in the environment by themselves. This Queen of Cups might be a good mother and might be the traditional mommy, but not have any supporting figures. All they had were dependent or dependents. And somehow they made themselves an independent from that situation. Somehow they spun this situation of straw into gold. Somehow. I commend this individual, and if this is you, collective, I commend you. Well done. Well done. Others, however, are sad. So again, how does their sadness, how does the fact that they are sad and depressed and put upon, how does that reflect what is going on in their lives? How does that reflect their intentions towards you? How does that reflect their actions towards you? And again, it's all coming down to them being under judge, because no one can judge us besides ourselves and God. So short of that, this individual is feeling guilty about something. Otherwise, why all the sadness? This individual is feeling guilty, conscious about something. Otherwise, why do they feel so much pressure? Why do they feel they're going to buckle under the pressure when the pressure was their own pressure? You are independent from this, or this individual is independent from this, or this mother is independent from this, apparently. So there's this very one-sided, where one party is acting like the other party's life is affecting them greatly. And so that party has a very exaggerated and blown out of proportion sense of self, or sense of importance, or their sense of their placement in your life or this other individual's life, collective. Take it as it resonates. Again, they've misplaced it. They've blown it out of proportion. They're not that guy. They're not as important as they think they are. They were not as relevant as they thought they were. They are not as relevant as they think they are. This is not happening. Even though they act like it is happening, it is so happening. It's so happening for them. It's such a reality for them that they are sad, depressed, put upon, cannot shoulder the burden, are gonna buckle under the strain, the weight of it all. And the fact that they feel they're gonna buckle under the strain, the weight of it all, is the most ridiculous part, because no one put that on them. These are things that they have done to themselves. These are self-inflicted pains and wounds and traumas. This individual grew out of childhood where, they were powerless a long time ago. So this individual has been making excuses for themselves, feeling sorry for themselves, really leaning into depressive states and sadness, making it a part of their identity. And so this person, again, I keep getting this feeling where this person wants to be more important than they are. This person wants for their sadness to be greater than everybody else's sadness. They want for their depression to be more important than everybody else's. They want for their life and what's going on in their lives to be the most important thing in everybody else's world. And it's stifling. So the individual who's feeling sad could be your mother, or there could be some parent-child dynamic here. I don't know, take it as it resonates. Someone has found their independence from this relationship. This could be a representative of you having found independence from a relationship where you left an ex, and this ex is feeling this way. And they're feeling this way because they never grew up while you grew They never grew. So instead of growing some more, not growing is what they're going to do, and they're going to blame you. Typical. Again, this could be your mother who feels this way, or this could be your ex who feels this way, or someone who you've never even met. Someone who's just jealous of the fact that you are able to be with child or have children. Someone who's jealous of the fact that you're able to provide for yourself and your child or something. I'm getting that energy as well. This could be another feminine energy who's deeply, deeply jealous and hateful towards you due to the fact that you are what they want to be, or you represent what they cannot have because they have the inability or they do not want it enough. One or the other. Take it as it resonates. Messages for the collective. Anything else from this deck? Eight of Cups. Yeah, this person is sad that you walked away, or this person is sad that somebody is walking away. This person is sad somebody walked away and gained their independence. This person is sad about the event of someone's walking away, probably yours, collective. Otherwise, I don't know how this ties into you and what this has to do with you. What about this walking away? What about this Eight of Cups? Anything else from this deck? The Artist. Yeah, this Artist card keeps coming out. So this could be someone you know who is an artist. This person who is a depressant or a depressive, excuse me. This person who is a depressive. This person who is, they could be the classic struggling artist type. So they could show, there could be moments or glimpses of this individual having, like I was saying, there are these two types of, and again, I'm not even going to act like I'm clinically knowledgeable enough to use words to describe these conditions or these energies properly, okay, but I'm going to try. So there are these two different types of depressive episodes, I will call them, that are coming out. One is where there are extreme highs and extreme lows, so that is one type. The other type is there are extreme lows. Okay, so then, or there is a constant low. Okay, so between those two types, okay, the energy for that extreme high, sometimes I guess it's called like mania, or it's called whatever, okay, but that can look like, or it can be similar to glimpses of even like genius level artistic talent or flair, okay, and it can be inspiring, okay. This can present during, like, you know, manic episodes, or during mania, or during the very, very, very far up emotional state. Again, this is something that the body or the brain is doing on its own. It's producing on its own. These are chemical imbalances, and so this person is not naturally at a regular state like this. They are only periodically like this. At glimpses, they're like this. But that is all. And so this might be how this individual draws people in, because I was talking about how this individual might be like very manipulative. Someone who is an artist, someone who has the types of connections that an eccentric artistic individual might have, because a lot of times people will value the artistic type just as much as they value other valuable things to them. They will collect art and they will collect artists. They will be, what's it called, sponsors. They will sponsor artists. They will keep them around in their entourage. They will value their company. These artistic, eccentric energies, when people harness them, or when people are naturally expressing in this vibration that the energy matches, people gravitate toward it. It's seen as extremely valuable, much like anything else that is alluring, you know? Much like someone would want to collect, jewelry, or much like someone would want to collect, fabulously wealthy lifestyle things, cars, boats, whatever. People will collect people. Okay, I mean, it can be good, it can be bad. It's, not everything is horrible, not everything is great, and a lot of things in life are gray area, right? So this energy, it can be hard to distinguish, because when someone is in this energy, and like, let's say someone meets this individual for the first time, and they're in an up period. They're up. They're all the way up. Okay, they're charming. They've got it together. They're exciting. They create excitement. They are exciting. They are inventive. They exude a certain, whatever it is. Okay, and people can be lured in by that. People can be attracted to that. It is attractive to some people, and then, like I'm saying, this individual, they don't stay at that. That's not their natural state. That is a high. That is a glimpse. That is a momentary thing for them. And then either they will drop very low into the low and very quickly become seemingly a very different person. So again, especially collective, if you grew up around someone like this, like, everyone loved them when they're in their high, and I guess just like all walks of life, people who are rich and famous, people who are fabulously wealthy, people who have those types of gifts, just as people who are extremely good looking or extremely talented, or very very bright, very sharp. Those are also gifts. And so it's wonderful to see the way that these gifts manifest themselves in people, and not everybody has to be on all the time. We're allowed to have ups and downs in life. It's okay. But this individual, I feel that, instead of trying to deal with issues that might arise from a condition that they are suffering from, okay? This individual, instead of doing that, they will do the classic deny, deflect, numb themselves, self-harm, make excuses for themselves, deny reality, believe a lie, it's easier, or continue deceiving themselves, or continue with bad habits, or bad coping mechanisms, learned behaviors along the way. Choose to continue suffering, choose to not do anything about the problems in their life. Like, the energy from the very beginning, this person feels very put upon at this time. They're in a very low point at this time, and it's all due to their own making. This is not anything anyone external has done to them. They are acting like someone is doing something to them, but they're the only ones who are doing something to them. I mean, really, they're over here doing a lot to other people. I can tell you that. This manipulative individual is doing a lot to other people. But yeah, when they're high, when they're in the high, when they're up, when they're all the way up, when they're charming, and they're whatever it is that people are finding good about it, when it's good to be with them. I don't know what it is, They could be the artist type. They could be extremely talented and also very volatile and moody, or dangerous, and also very, all the things, right? And again, if this is describing you collective, if you have, high highs and low lows, and you suffer from, depressive states, or you suffer from any disorders or chemical imbalances, if you feel put upon, if you feel that, you're in a low point in your life, this is not in any way me or anybody else trying to shit talk you. Okay? The energies descend far lower than what I am discussing right now. I'm simply discussing the difference between when this individual might be very alluring to people, maybe how people get drawn in. To play devil's advocate, if anything, because this individual might be an artist, this individual might be rich and famous, this individual might be, an artist in the classic sense, where when they're up, they're all the way up, and people want to be around them for one reason or another. So the artist, take it as it resonates. This could be about artistic inspiration. You could be an inspiring individual. This could be about you being this inspiring individual. This could be about you, being, it's perfectly normal and fine to be, having highs and lows in life, by the way. This could be about you having highs and lows in life. This can be about you being in a low place or a low point in your life that you feel maybe this has something to do with hereditary traits from your matrilineal line. This could have something to do with your childhood, or this could have something to do with your independence, your state of independence, your wish to become independent from things that you feel might, be mother wounds, parent wounds, childhood trauma, wounding. How do you heal from these things in general? Don't do things that make an already bad situation worse for yourself. But this person who is sitting in this negative energy, and I don't feel it's you, collective. I feel that this is you who has found your independence from someone who is like this, and they don't want to better themselves. They just want to sit in the sadness because that's what they're used to. And frankly, people might have coddled them or allowed this behavior or this lifestyle. They might have, been given leeway or been given a lot of grace in life or been treated a certain way, before. But this individual is now experiencing some sort of down, and again, it might have something to do with the event of someone leaving. Okay, someone might be the type to run away, and they might be feeling very sad about the fact that they ran away. Maybe this Eight of Cups is someone leaving a situation, and now they're feeling sad about leaving the situation. Take it as it resonates. It's probably someone feeling sad about you leaving or someone else leaving, though. That's probably what it's about. This could be an artistic individual who feels this way, or this could represent you, and you could be this inspiring, this individual person. You could be an artist. This card comes out a lot. You could be very unique, very inspiring. You could have otherworldly energy about you. Again, it's very alluring. The energy of the artist. It's aloof. It's like people want to be around the artist energy because it feels like something they've never experienced before. Everybody loves the new, except for when the new feels bad. But the new, insofar as these artist energies go, it feels good. So people like it. People gravitate toward that energy. And people who harness that energy are very alluring. Anything else from this deck? No? Okay. Empress on the bottom here. So Empress, this could be you. You could be this Empress. This could be about your mother. This could be about an Empress. Take it as it resonates. This could be about being the best, like, nurturing individual that you can be. Being the best, manifester that you can be. but knowing that you have to be open to receive in order to manifest in your life. You know, you can't always be the one in pursuit. Sometimes you have to be the one who is ready to receive, especially if we're talking about what the universe wants to give you insofar as a reciprocal relationship. Because again, when you put good things out into the universe puts good things back into you. I was about to do this upside down here. Here we have the Ten of Cups and the Tower. Thank you so much. Heavenly Father, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guides, messages for the collective. What does the collective need to know about this? Can we get an energy signature for the collective? 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. So, while someone external, someone you left behind, someone you walked away from, possibly your ex or your mother or some type of relationship, okay? They are feeling 10 of Wands about it, right? This external energy to you. However, you are 10 of Coins energy right now. So you always had the 10 of Coins. This is something you had when you were born. This is something that's still going to be around after you. This is generational wealth. This is inheritance. This is great wealth. This is grand wealth. This is 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. So you're sitting in these 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles energy. Collective, what you need to know about the situation is 10 of Pentacles. So, fortune. Fortune favors the bold and the bond. And you are both bonded and bold. So that's beautiful. That's a lot of bees there. There's a lot of bees. King Cups, could be King Cups involved. This could be your ex, or this could be a father figure, or someone who you have an emotional relationship with, or emotional bond, for which this fortune is going to favor, no doubt. If the word flare happening right now has anything to do with it, okay. 3 of Pentacles, someone wants to work together in the environment. Someone wants to work together. Someone is working together. Something coming together here in the environment. King of Swords. What about this King of Swords? This could be your ex. This could be someone in an official capacity. This could be someone in a protector role. This could be someone you're with. This could be you. Take it as it resonates. Masculine air sign. Protector energy. Truth sayer energy. Someone sitting in official capacity. Someone who might be in the practice of law, or someone who could be like a teacher, counselor, doctor, lawyer, judge, advocate. Some kind of attorney. I'm really getting either some kind of attorney or like Archangel Michael energy with the protector energies. So overall, this King of Swords. There's a King of Swords in your life. You're protected by Archangel Michael energies. What about this King of Swords? Let's get some clarifiers for the King of Swords. Queen of Swords, Hermit. Okay. It's giving law, it's giving investigator, detective. Queen of Swords, King of Swords. This could be your match. You could be balancing masculine and feminine energies in the realm of air. Beautiful. What about this? The 4 of Swords. Girl, I gotta sit here too. My puppy dog is trying to push me out of the chair again. 4 of Swords. Healing. Someone's mental capacity. Healing, recovering from heartache. Healing, getting the rest. Someone on bed rest. Someone could be on bed rest. Or someone could be healing. Someone could be trying to heal a situation. This King of Swords could be like a mediator. Let's just have all the legal examples. Can we have a clarifier for this? So, okay, so King of Swords is a mediator. King of Swords is maybe like the executor. King of Swords is someone who has been employed, or someone whose job it is to bring balance or to heal or to execute whatever it is that the function is required in regards to finance, estates, or something. Family. This could be family law, dealing with a lot of money. Okay. What about this Four of Swords? What does the collector need to know about this mediation, this healing? Page of Cups with a child. Okay, so someone's trying to mediate for a child. Excuse me. Someone could be trying to pretend that they want to reconcile. Someone could be trying to use a child to pretend that they want to reconcile. Something about a Page of Cups. So this could be something about maybe someone wanting to heal their inner child, someone wanting to maybe employ a therapist to help mediate or help navigate some of these things that might come up that would be better done so in a clinical setting. They might want to seek medical or otherwise professional, legal, or otherwise professional services or advice, right? So, Page of Cups, something to do with children. This could be something to do with family court. This could be something to do with family laws. It could be something to do with, the Devil inverted. So yeah, someone was trying to do something corrupted. Someone was trying to do something evil. Someone was trying to do something corrupted. Someone was trying to do something underhanded in regards to law. Because the Devil inverted, the Devil in the upright can be like stuff that is happening like clockwork, that is supposed to happen in the mortal realm, that transpires in court. So the Devil is all over everything happening in court, in law, in conflict, or in mediation. Everything that is happening as far as contracts go, or as far as official things go, signatures go. After all, whatever, I'm not going to go that deep into it. But the inverted energies are things happening in court, but they are corrupted things happening in court. Or things happening contractually, but they are corrupted things happening contractually. Or things happening corrupted that otherwise would be taken care of in court if you went through the right channels, instead of trying to use, like I gave the example of a child as a mediator, instead of employing an actual mediator whose job it is to mediate. I mean, who even does that? Even though people do that all the time. It's gross. People who do that are doing nothing but destroying their own relationships with their children in the meantime. Alright, so Devil inverted. Some corruption was happening. This is probably why the individuals who are under judgment now are under judgment. This is probably why you walked away. This is probably why, you are no longer attached to this situation. This is why you're independent from this. And this all, again, comes down to them being under judgment. So someone could be finding themselves under judgment for doing something corrupted, for hurting a child, or for doing something corrupted in court, for using a child, for, getting a child to lie for them or something like that. I mean, it could go, wow, the Ace of Swords, yeah. Someone is doing something, there's impropriety or endangerment in regards to a child, or someone's home, their behavior, their lifestyle, something, their behavior, their choices, their actions in regards to children. They're not safe to be around children. They make bad choices. They involve children in stuff that children shouldn't be involved in, or they do inappropriate things, or they're guilty of hurting a child or children. Wow, someone is under judgment because they just did worse and worse things. And then what? They tried to resort to using a child, or they resorted to hurting a child, or now they're being found guilty for endangering a child. I keep getting that. Child endangerment. That's what I'm getting. Child endangerment. That is so heinous. To mess with someone's family, to mess with someone's home life, to mess with someone's children, that is so heinous and low. I swear. People have, the bar is in hell. As far as people's behavior is concerned, the bar is in hell. It's sad and pathetic, and the bar is in hell. People out here messing with kids. Y'all need to leave the kids alone. These people need to leave the kids alone. They're gonna learn. They're under judgment for it. 8 of Cups again. Yeah, there is this great walking away that is happening. People are being found, it's like the masks are being ripped off people's faces. Their true faces are being exposed. Their true deeds are being talked about. There's a lot of situations where stuff happened to people in their own childhoods that they were not capable, or they were not able, or they were not willing to speak about because it happened in childhood. So, they didn't have the power that they have now as an adult. They were in a different situation than when they were a child as they are now as an adult. So there's a lot of situations transpiring where people who were abused by people previously in their own childhood, those abusers who are still around but just older. And now those individuals who were abused as children, now they have reached an age where there's a mass awakening happening. There's a lot of people who are choosing this ends with me energy. A lot of people are choosing that. They're waking up to the abuse that they suffered. They're waking up to the cycles of abuse and, perpetuation of cycles of use and abuse that were normalized and even upheld as something to aspire to in many different areas in society and many different cultures, and people are waking up to it. People are going, no more. No. I'm actually going to call you out on the abuse that you visited upon me personally. And a lot of people are opening their mouths and they're speaking their truths and they're talking about what happened to them. And I'll tell you what, that as a way to unburden yourself, speaking your truth about what happened to you, about what events you suffered or events transpired in your life, if you suffered use and abuse at the hands of those around you, those who were supposed to protect you, love, and trust you, but you were neither protected nor loved, nor could you trust these individuals because they were perpetuators. They were the perpetrators of crimes against you. They were your abusers, right? So when these individuals, when we find ourselves, if we have suffered these things as grown adults and we decide to voice the truth of what happened to us, when we decide to voice what happened and how we feel about it and how we decided to not perpetuate the cycle, the breaking of that perpetuation of the cycle begins with the speaking of the truth of what happened to them. And it immediately tears down the entire situation, the climate, the atmosphere, the family structure, whatever it was that was supporting the lie that fucking abusing people is okay. The lie that abusing people is somehow protected or normalized or even upheld. Because that has been proven to be a lie. People are not putting up with it anymore. And so a lot of people are finding themselves in situations where they just weren't expecting to be called out on their shit. They didn't think that their kids were going to grow up from, things that happened to them in childhood when they were 5 or when they were 10 or whatever. And now they're 20 or they're 25 or they're 30 years old. And they're looking at their parents and they're going, remember when you abused me? Remember this? Remember that? Remember when this happened? Remember when that happened? Remember when you did this? Or remember when you didn't do this? Or remember when you weren't there for that? Or remember this? Or remember that? Or when you start asking yourself questions, the parents or the guardians or whoever at that point, they're like, they don't have any answer for them. And so there's this great pulling away. There's this great walking away that's happening. There's a lot of breaking up and splitting up. There's a lot of breakdown in communication. There's a lot of, low contact or no contact decisions being made between previously pretty close family units. But it looks like what was holding a lot of these family units together was, not love, not ties and bonds of love. These are, ties and bonds of bondage. These families were tied together out of guilt, out of, concern of being found out of keeping the status quo. Everybody has to keep the status quo. Everybody has to keep the family's secrets. Everybody has to protect the abuser. And again, that's a mentality that people who suffer abuse have to break out of. That the abuser needs to be protected, because that can be ingrained in them. And especially because, like we're talking about, a lot of people grew up in these situations. They didn't choose to get into this. No, they were born into it. But they did choose to love themselves and not perpetuate cycles of abuse. So there's this great feeling among the collective right now that's like, this ends with me. Okay, because second to the shift that's happening with, what we're willing to accept as a society is going to be how we spend money or what we value monetarily as a society. And that's about to shift as well, everybody. Everybody get prepared. Okay, Ace of Swords. There's a lot more shifts happening. Shifts are continually happening. It's happening. Okay, so walking away. 8 of Cups twice. Walking away, walking away. Lots of people are walking away. Someone could have seen the manner in which you walked away and they followed suit, so they walked away. That could be why there's 2 cards of walking away. Or again, this could just be a message from Spirit, like, come away, come away. It's time to leave behind the old paradigms that were just tearing us down as a people, that were tearing us apart as a people. It's time to come away from that. It's time to leave behind things that should never have been valued as much as they were, or people, places, and things in our life. It's time to come away. The Hermit. Knight of Swords again. Something about official word. 2 of Cups on its side. Someone splitting up. Something official. Something's being finalized officially in court, possibly. Again, Emperor inverted. Okay, this could be a divorce being finalized. I'm getting something about a divorce and a split up or something. Or this could speak to past energy of yours. Page of Coins. Okay, so there's like all the pages are out here. Page of Coins twice. Page of Cups. Okay, so there could be 2 earth sign children and a water sign child involved. Take it as it resonates. 5 of Pentacles. Poverty. You could have grew up in a family that was at poverty level or below the poverty line. You could have grew up in a family that was in the system, or similar. You could have grown up in a place or a country that was not as privileged, and now you're in a different situation. Because I'm getting this energy of that was before and this is now, or that was acceptable before and this is what is acceptable now, or the bar was down there before and we've raised the bar. Okay, strength. Wow. Could be a Leo. You could be this Leo. You could just be a strong individual. You could have a lot of strength of character. You could have a lot of compassion for everyone in situations, even at your own expense. Feminine strength, justice. Leo, Libran energies, balance, composure. You're a composed individual. You're giving classy. It's giving classy. You're classy. I love it. You're classy. I love that. Little class, a little class. Justice and the Eight of Pentacles. Someone works for the justice system. So again, this is about something going on in the justice system. Something is working in the justice system. Something is working for you in the justice system. The wheels of justice are turning. Okay? Or this could be very literal. Someone's job is in the justice system. They are a lawyer. They are a judge. They are the county clerk. They are an advocate. They are a legal aid. It's very official. Whatever's going on is very official. Even higher realms official, like closed door meetings. I'm getting like closed door meetings and stuff. Okay, government stuff maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. Till next time. Bye.